Alhamdulillah, I didn't have to work this week, so that was a good thing. Had to work. They had me working on their holiday.
What holiday was it?
Or, Thanksgiving and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it is mentioned, the first category, the categories of polytheism are many. So the first category that we want to mention, the polytheism and Allah's Lordship. Polytheism and Allah's Lordship. The first category, it is the belief that other than Allah creates. To believe that other than Allah creates. To believe that other than Allah provides and gives life, or other than that, from the categories of Lordship. The first category is to believe that other than Allah creates, or other than Allah provides, or other than Allah gives life and causes death. That is the first category of polytheism. There are many. أقسموا الشرك الكثير. أقسموا شرك الكثير. The categories of polytheism, the categories of disbelief, there are many. And from this, we mentioned number one, is that a person, he believes that other than Allah creates. He believes that other than Allah provides, other than Allah causes death, like this. However, this is something that we have to be aware of and have knowledge of, this affair. Number two, the second category is polytheism and worship. Polytheism and worship. And this is to direct any type of worship to other than Allah. To direct any type of worship to other than Allah. Such as what? Slaughtering and vowing. Such as supplicating. To direct any type of worship to other than Allah, as we mentioned. Number three. Polytheism and Allah's names and His attributes. Polytheism and Allah's names and His attributes.
Where do you have that? Let me show you. Come on.
Polytheism and Allah's names and His attributes. It is mentioned, described in some of Allah's creation with certain characteristics which only Allah is unique in, which only Allah is unique in. It is only unique to Allah Azza wa Jalla, such as having knowledge of the unseen. And other than that, so this is only for Allah Azza wa Jalla. Number four. How many we had?
We got
Four?
no, actually six.
Okay. Number four. Polytheism and belief. Polytheism and belief, it removes a person from the religion of Islam. To disbelief, to have this kind of disbelief in your belief system, in your Islam that you claim. You claim in Islam, but you have disbelief with you. You can't have both. You can't have Islam and disbelief. It doesn't go together. This is major polytheism and belief. It removes a person from Islam. As we're going to dive into it, we're going to try to explain these particular principles one by one. But I'm giving you these, 6 categories that we mentioned? I'm going to give you 6, and then I'm going to explain the first category. That was number 4. Number 5, minor polytheism. Right? Minor polytheism, such as a small amount of riyah. What is riyah? Showing off. A small amount of riyah. This type of polytheism does not remove someone from the religion of Islam, but however, it is obligatory to what? To repent from it. Wa alaikum salam. It is obligatory to repent from it.
Allah is great. Allahu Akbar.
Number 6. Pay attention. Don't get sidetracked, guys. Don't get sidetracked because you see food.
Yeah, pay attention. Food is only a distraction. This is the Satan.
Number 6. Hidden polytheism. Number 6. Hidden polytheism. That is, a person doesn't need to be seen of men. It is hidden. This is, something that, sometimes you don't realize it that you do it. You show off, doing things to be seen, not realizing it, right? Sometimes you just do something and just, people start to look at you like, whoa, wow. You don't realize that you're doing it, but you're doing it. It is hidden. It is something that is hidden. That is a person, he does a deed to be seen of men, to impress someone else. This type of polytheism can be major or minor. From the type of hidden polytheism, as we mentioned, is what? Riyah. As we mentioned, Riyah. And as you have already heard, as you already learned this. So we will dive into the first part, inshallah. The first part that we mentioned is what? Polytheism and lordship. Polytheism and lordship. We didn't dive into the meaning, right? I didn't dive into explaining it as a, right?
Yeah, you didn't really get into it.
I didn't dive into it.
We just wrote like 3 lines on it.
Okay. Polytheism and worship. Number 1. The belief that others participate with Allah in his actions. Meaning, as we mentioned, this first category, to believe that someone else, that Allah has help in doing what he does. That Allah has help in doing what he does. To believe that others participate with Allah in his actions. Far removed is he from imperfection. Such as the belief that the awliya, the administrator of the affairs of the universe, provide people with offspring and ward off calamities, or the belief that the stars cause rain to pour down from the sky, or that they are responsible for happiness, wretchedness, or other than that, way far removed from Allah is he from that, from any imperfection. So as we mentioned in the first category, as we mentioned it again, the belief that others participate with Allah in his actions. Does Allah need help in doing what he do?
No.
Of causing it to rain, of causing the sun to come out, right? Of causing a person to die, of giving life and providing. Does Allah need help with these particular affairs? No. That is the explanation of this point. The first point, polytheism and his lordship. Play it. Number 2, polytheism and worship. Polytheism and worship. Number 2, this is that which has become greatly prevalent amongst the people for the purpose of this type of polytheism. Allah sent messages forbidding the people from associating partners with him in worship, in order that they may return to singling out Allah with worship, far as he removed from imperfections. From the people who most vehemently propagate this type of polytheism in our times are the grave worshippers, from amongst the people who call themselves Sufiya, from the Sufiya, from those who are Sufis. And you have, many different types of people, many different categories of these type of people. You have the Sufi people. These are different sects of individuals who ascribe themselves to Islam. Then you have those who are called the Shia. You have those who call the Shia and the Rafida, and those who are influenced by them. These are individuals who ascribe a partner with Allah in worship. These are the people who ascribe a partner with Allah in worship. So why am I mentioning this? So that we don't fall into this category. So that we can know and understand which is the correct way and which is the wrong way. And so we can understand that these particular groups and sects, these different people who ascribe themselves to the religion of Islam, that they fall into these grave errors, these grave areas where they ascribe partners with Allah in worship. 9. Okay, number 3. Polytheism and his names and his attributes. It is mentioned. This is included within polytheism and Allah's Lordship. It is included in that as well. So it is mentioned it is separately due to its importance and pervasiveness. The people who most frequently propagate this form of polytheism are the Mu'tazila, those who negate Allah's names and attributes. The Mu'tazila, they negate Allah, his name and his attributes. We affirm them. We affirm Allah's names and his attributes. These different groups and these different sects of people, they deny them. They deny Allah's names and his attributes. If Allah is Ar-Rahman, if that's who he say he is, this is who he is. You understand? If Allah is Al-Jabbar, Al-Mutakabbir, Al-Muhaymin, and all of the names and all of the attributes that Allah has described himself with, if he said that about himself, then that's who he is. We don't need to come behind and say, oh, no, that's not what that means. We don't need to come behind who Allah say He is and say, oh, that doesn't mean that. It means this. No, if Allah said that's who He is, that's who He is. We don't need to interpret or try to make up something like that. So this is included within the polytheism in Allah's Lordship, the art that He mentions. Due to its importance and pervasiveness, the people who most frequently propagate this form of polytheism, or the Mu'tazila, those who negate Allah's names and attributes, the Mummathila, that's what we mentioned. We mentioned that name, right? Mummathila, those who liken Allah to His creation. They liken Allah to His creation, or they make similarities. What Allah told us that laysa kamithlihi shay', right? There's no comparison. No one can resemble Allah. There's no how can you resemble Allah? We never even seen Allah. So how can you resemble Him? How can it be any resemblance? No one's seen Allah. None. So it is mentioned, and those who follow the example, that name, the Mummathila. So indeed, Allah has described Himself as being far removed from their way. He is far removed from that which they claim. As Allah He mentions in the Quran, Subhana Rabbaka Rabbi Izzati Amma Yasifun. Glorified be your Lord, the Lord of honor and power. He is free from what they attribute unto Him. As they mention, oh Mother Nature, they say, oh Mother Nature is doing its best. They say Mother Nature. You see this? Look at, no, this is Allah. Allah has caused this to happen. No one else did it. No one else can make this happen. No one else can bring about these particular affairs. No one can bring a plant from the dirt to grow. And no one can make the sun rise from the east or the west. No one can do any of these particular things. So they make up names, and they make up, all kinds of names and, things, and they call Allah by these names. And Allah is free from any imperfection. Right? We get sick, we sleep, we get nauseous, we get headaches. We live and we die. We get up, we fall down, and all of these different qualities that's within us. Allah doesn't have these qualities. Allah doesn't have these qualities. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't die. He is forever living. Okay? Tayyib. So we mentioned a category, the minor polytheism. As we mentioned, the minor polytheism is?
Doesn't negate one from Islam unless they repent from it.
No.
Is that number 4 or 5? That's 5.
Right.
Polytheism and belief, major polytheism is 4.
Okay, so we will dive into
Minor?
Polytheism. We mentioned, I think I gave you guys polytheism in Allah's Lordship. Right? I gave you guys polytheism in worship. Yeah. I gave you guys polytheism in obedience.
No.
Okay. Oh, that's no. Polytheism in obedience. Right? Polytheism in obedience.
So you write that as 4?
Write that. No, that's a separate. That's separate. But you can just write that down. Polytheism in obedience. Polytheism in love.
Oh, yeah, I think you wrote
I think I did. Right?
No, hold up.
I think you said some categories.
Polytheism and love,
Lordship,
polytheism and lawmaking,
lawmaking,
polytheism and fear, or
fear. Okay, you guys got that. Okay, minor polytheism.
minor is every
It is every means, right?
that leads to the major.
That leads to the major polytheism.
Yeah, we wrote that.
Right? You wrote that.
Yeah.
It is of two types.
Okay, I didn't write that one.
Right. Apparent and concealed.
It is what?
Apparent and concealed.
Give an example.
Give an example such as
Swearing.
swearing on other than Allah. How many people do that?
I swear.
A lot. I swear on everything. Well, I swear on I swear on my father or my mother. I swear on my dead brother in the grave. I swear on this. I'm swearing on that. This is
That's minor polytheism.
minor polytheism. But it leads to what?
Major.
So it is mentioned apparent such as swearing on other than Allah, or the statement what Allah wills and what so and so wills. Right?
If my mom wills and Allah wills.
If Allah wills and so wills. No, it's what Allah wills. Complete it like that. Leave it like that. It was what Allah. Inshallah. Inshallah. Khalas. And also swearing by like that. Concealed. What is concealed?
Hidden.
Hidden. Such as Self-amazement. Love and fame.
Putting yourself
above Allah.
Putting yourself
Loving
above.
people more than Allah.
Right? Putting yourself on a level you're not on. Right? You're not on this level. Why are you trying to pretend to be somebody you're not? You ever seen people like that?
Yeah.
Pretending, somebody pretending to be somebody
all the time.
that they're not. That's not you. Stay, just be happy with the person you are. Right?
Oh, that's how it
Tell you. Okay.
Like the hood people. N-word. The hood. Yeah, they prefer to be called.
So it's mentioned. It is a aforementioned concealed category of minor polytheism. Fundamentally, it does not remove a person from the fold of Islam unless the...
How does one dress like you're from the hood? Are you calling him poor? No, that's not what it is.
And also dress in black and wear a hat like I Shirk is wearing.
Yeah, but that's
The Shirk is wearing a hat.
He's wearing black. Is he from the hood?
What do you mean?
She's trying to say that I dress like I'm.
Nabila's wearing black and blue.
Is she from
Is
the
she
hood?
from the crib?
Is she crib? You're wearing blue.
Wait, this is Islam, so we don't categorize.
That's what he was.
Categorize.
They're trying to say that.
We don't categorize ourselves with the way they are.
Exactly. But some people
Those are the listen. Those are the categories that they label each other with. Like if I'm wearing blue, if I'm in a like say for instance
Yes, it is.
excuse me, if I'm in a hood, right, and it's known that they dress a certain way, they talk a certain way, they get down a certain way, they have a different code. These are codes and talks and slangs and different, this is how they get down. So it's known, like if I'm walking a certain way or talking a certain way, it's known amongst them. But if you go amongst them, you're not known to be like that, or to be in that circle, or to be in that particular light. You're considered. It's known that you are different, right? You are different from that way, that group, that sect, that way of thinking.
You're an
right?
Did she say
You're away from those. You're away from the Muslim. Like if you are, like if I say something to one of you two, you're gonna look at me like what? Like,
what does this mean?
because we don't identify with that. We don't understand that language, right? We don't understand the hood talk
On Allah.
or street talk.
On Allah.
Some of us
Can I say on
don't. Some of us don't. Some do. Some of you guys do understand that, but I'm just saying that in general that we don't really understand that kind of talk. But what we understand is from amongst each other is Subhanallah. Like we understand like Astaghfirullah, Subhanallah, and we understand like the language that the Muslims speak.
Can I say on Allah?
Nah, you should say Wallahi.
Okay.
Say
So no,
Wallahi.
on God?
No, that's how they talk. Why you want to say the things like on God, on everything? That's like saying on everything. On God. No, just say Wallahi.
But then you're gonna say Wallahi a little too much.
Or don't swear. We're not supposed to swear all the time. You hear people swearing all Wallahi, Wallahi, Wallahi.
Wallahi, tallahi, billahi, tallahi.
Right? Okay, tell you. Okay, so we mentioned concealed, such as riyah, self-amazement. That which is concealed is riyah, self-amazement, and love and fame. What's love and fame?
Loving to be famous, to be popular, to be known.
You want to be known. You want everybody to see you. Yeah, look, you got the new Jordans on. Got the new Jordans on. You got the fresh cut with the waves on, with the waves in.
The dreads.
So you want to walk around and everybody like, yeah.
Oh my God, this young boy.
Yeah, you want to see? Yeah, what's up?
I can get an autograph, man.
Yeah, come on. You want to like, you know what I'm saying? You want that attention. You want everybody. Everybody shaking your hand, so everybody looking like, dang, you know him? I didn't know you know. Oh, you know him? I didn't know you know him. Oh, so now it's like he's, how you say that? Like he's more. Yeah, he's more. He's becoming. Yeah, like everybody know him now. Like
Like, what's the problem with that? He knows young boy, so
What if like you don't intend like not to like?
It's good if you don't. It's good to be known in a good way.
Yeah.
It's good to be known like somebody know you
like Mufti Mink.
Like it's, in Islam, like that's praiseworthy. But in Islam, it's also praiseworthy not to be known. Yeah, it's also praiseworthy not to be known. But if you are known, if you are known, make sure you're known for good.
For like being a Mufti Mink. I'm gonna be the next Mufti Mink.
Huh?
Like killing a terrorist or something.
You're known for killing a terrorist. What do you mean?
What about that?
Yeah, he's known for killing a terrorist.
If you're known for killing what in Islam?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you kill terrorists as a Muslim?
that's evil stuff.
Like the terrorists are like killing a lot of people with bombing and shit.
Yeah, no, that's that. You don't want to be known for that. You don't want to be known for any evil.
Yeah, but he killed the terrorists to save more people because he's like.
I'm saying that's in Islam. In Islam, you're doing it right. To like, say for instance, you're stopping oppression.
It's like you try to kill him to stop him from killing.
Who tried to kill
That's
people?
He killed the
a good
terrorists.
thing.
Nobody.
Oh, you're giving an example. Then he comes and kills me.
Oh, okay. Tell you.
Wait, so you didn't know what terrorist was?
Okay, tell you. Okay. So it is mentioned that from the hidden affairs of hidden polytheism, it is aforementioned concealed categories of minor polytheism. Fundamentally, it does not remove a person from the fold of Islam unless the action was done purely for other than Allah. It doesn't remove a person from the fold of Islam unless the action was done purely for other than Allah. Unless, as Allah Azza wa Jalla, unless it was done for other than Allah Azza wa Jalla, as it is the case with the hypocrites. As is the case with what the hypocrite do? He does things
for people to see and be like, oh, for praise and stuff like that.
For other than Allah. But it may, to you, it may, to him, he thinks he's doing it for the sake of Allah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Story time.
Let him go.
With like during the war, the Islam during like that time, during Pakistan, during the war, and then let's say this country is like having a dispute with Islam, they're against Islam, but we have innocent people in the country, and then they bomb the whole country. And then the innocent people, even though
Islam did it?
You can just use the Gaza one.
Yeah, like the Gaza.
Okay, but we in Islam, it's in the prophetic tradition, we've been prohibited from killing innocent people. Bombing children, innocent people.
Yeah,
Even though
they touch women, children.
Trying to kill.
It's the
they see
military
innocent people
because you cannot control who is in the premise.
that's just like I heard one of the brother that was saying that you think that certain places like say for instance for argument's sake like let's use Saudi Arabia, why certain places are not helping out on because
they don't want to lose like what they have for other countries.
I don't know. I don't want to get into the political part of it or whatever, but I'm just looking at the safety measure of it. So, by me, going over there bombing, trying to get you, that's more casualties and more people getting killed, right? I'm trying to get at you, but in the midst of me getting you, other people are getting hurt too.
Yeah.
So, which measure should I take? You should weigh the pros and the cons.
Yeah, but in the scenario, the other countries like try to help them like bomb the Muslim countries. Shouldn't Saudi Arabia
Should it like
help?
they give them not just like don't involve yourself, but like
In general, in general, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we are allies. Allah mentions that.
I am fighting someone and give me a knife.
Allah mentions that we are allies of one another. Listen, Allah mentions that the Muslim is an ally of another Muslim. So yes, we should come to the aid and the support of each other. I'm gonna just leave it like that. As far as getting into the political aspect of it, that's I don't dive into those particular affairs. But as far as us coming to the aid of one another, yes, we're supposed to help each other. Okay, Tayyip. So it is mentioned this type of as it the case with the hypocrites. In such a case, it will remove someone from the religion. This type of polytheism does not come from a Muslim, and Allah knows best. This type of polytheism doesn't come from a Muslim, such as we mentioned, the minor polytheism, it does not remove a person from the fold of Islam unless the actions was done for other than Allah. We mentioned that part. It has been authentically reported that the Prophet ﷺ, he said, hitting that which is hidden, the hidden polytheism, it is working to impress another, like doing something to impress someone, and this is collected by Ibn Majah. In another narration, it is mentioned ar-riya. In another narration, it is mentioned ar-riya. The Prophet ﷺ called riya hidden polytheism. He called hidden polytheism. He called riya hidden polytheism. Yes.
This does not have anything to do with like what you're talking about. Is it haram to be gay?
You just had to be that just came to your mind.
At your age, why are you thinking of?
Why? What made you say that?
Yeah.
Well, this is something, this is an answer that needs to be answered. I mean, this is a question that needs to be answered.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? As look what Allah did to, look what Allah did to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Huh?
Right?
Isn't it the people of Lut?
Yes. Look, Allah destroyed the people of Lut. Allah,
That's the name in English?
excuse me. Yes. Allah destroyed these people. Destroyed the whole, wiped it completely out. Because of that action, he turned the city upside down.
The Dead Sea, right? I think that's what it's called or something like that.
No, like before the institute.
He turned the city upside down.
He closed down.
These are the people these are the first people who committed that act. So if that answers your question, it's not permissible.
One angel held this part of the city.
Just because you may see what's going on today, as they have passed legislations and laws to be like that. They have committed the crime. Humanity, this is a crime to be like that.
So are we gonna die because they decided to pass a law?
They did that. You don't have anything to do with
How do you
it.
spell it?
Huh?
Wouldn't he have the key?
Okay, so we'll stop right there, inshallah. We'll wrap it up, and we would go into we were going to the credo polytheism, inshallah.
Are we gonna get into like the categories, like polytheism?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.